If you're a student and you are just so tired of seeing those get-rich-quick scams all over your feed, you are in the right place. We are about to break down 3 totally legit side hustles that use real skills, not just empty promises. Let's dive right in. Oh, you've seen them all over TikTok, right? These crazy claims promising you thousands of dollars for basically doing nothing. This quote just nails it. If it sounds way too good to be true, you can bet it is. Okay, so let's have a little reality check here. The online hype machine promises you like 5-figure months for 15 minutes of work a day, but the reality, real side hustles take real skills and yep, real effort. And the other huge red flag is all those creators whose only business is selling you a course about how to start a business. We're going to ignore all that noise and focus on what actually works. First up, let's talk about freelancing. Honestly, this is probably the most direct way for you to start earning money, because it's all about using the skills that you already have. So what even is freelancing? Well, at its core, it's super simple. You've got a skill. Maybe it's writing or video editing or even just being really organized, and you sell that skill to people who need it. And for a student, this is the best part, the flexibility. You get to fit your work around your classes, not the other way around. And you'd be surprised by what actually counts as a skill you can sell. I mean, if you're already scrolling social media all day, you can help creators with their content plans or design thumbnails. Are you good at digging up information? So many channels hire researchers for specific topics. It's really about taking something you already do and just turning it into a paid gig. Now, I want to prove to you that this isn't just some theory. Let's look at a real-life example. This is Ryan. He's a full-time student, probably just like a lot of you, and he's built a really successful freelancing business on the side. And the earning potential is serious. Ryan charges around $1,200 US per project. That's not just pocket change. That's real, substantial income that he's making while still acing his studies. So how do you actually get that first client? Well, Ryan's whole strategy is about being proactive. He doesn't wait for job listings. He reaches out directly to brands and creators that he actually likes. But here's the key, and you really got to remember this. You have to be realistic. Most of your messages are going to be ignored, and that's okay. You're not trying to convince everyone. You're just looking for that 5% who see your value and write back. All right, moving on to our second hustle. This one is perfect if you're a creative person. And what's amazing is that it requires basically zero startup money. We're talking about print on demand. The way this works is just so incredibly simple. You create a cool design, and then you upload it to a platform. When a customer orders a t-shirt or a mug with your design on it, a partner company handles everything: the printing, the packing, the shipping. You literally never have to touch any inventory, which for a student is just perfect. Okay, so it sounds easy, but can you actually make real money doing this? Let's take a look at the numbers, shall we? The potential can be absolutely massive. I mean, one Etsy shop that uses this model has made over $920,000 in sales. Now, obviously, that's the dream, that's the high end, but it just goes to show you how big this can get. But let's bring it back down to earth a little bit. What's a more realistic goal? Well, check this out. One student's shop made over $57,000 in its very first year. That is a life-changing amount of income that you could build right from your dorm room. And that brings us to our third hustle, which is one that every single student watching this is uniquely qualified for. It's all about making money from the one thing you are creating every single day: knowledge. So the first thing that probably pops into your head when you hear tutoring is, but I'm not an expert. My grades aren't perfect. But do you really have to be a genius to do it? No, not at all. In fact, most of the time, students prefer learning from someone who's just a little bit ahead of them because you get their struggles. You don't need to have a PhD. You just need to be 1 or 2 chapters ahead of the person you're helping. And don't underestimate how valuable that knowledge is. Take my friend Afra, for example. She helps other students with academic writing, and she charges an incredible $100 an hour. She just started by posting in some community groups, and it grew from there. It just shows you how much people will pay for targeted help. So you basically have 2 main paths here. You can go the active route with tutoring. That's where you trade your time directly for a really high hourly rate. Or you can go the passive route, which is packaging up your notes and study guides to sell online. You do the work once, and those notes can keep earning you money while you're sleeping. Pretty cool, right? And finally, we have to talk about the one hustle that gets all the hype: becoming a full-time content creator. It's the big dream for so many people.
but we really need to have an honest conversation about it.
Here's the truth. Building a career on social media is a marathon, not a sprint. The path to actually making good money is usually incredibly long, and there are absolutely no guarantees. This makes it totally different from the other hustles we talked about, where you can start earning pretty quickly. And the numbers, well, they paint a pretty stark picture. On YouTube alone, there are over 114 million active channels. And out of that enormous number, less than 1% make any money from the platform at all. The competition is just on another level.
So does that mean you shouldn't even try? No, not at all. But the smartest way to do it is to treat it like a passion project on the side. Do it alongside your studies and maybe one of the other hustles we covered. Just please don't drop out of school or quit your job to go all in on day one. So, as you can see, there are real, legitimate ways for you to make some serious income, from freelancing your skills to creating designs with zero risk to monetizing the knowledge you're gaining in class every day. All of these things have real-world value. So the only question left is, where are you going to start?